Greetings, everyone. Here in this video, I want to talk about 1 Timothy chapter 2, verses 11 and 12. Here in these two verses, we have two key words we have to consider according to what Paul is saying. That being learn and teach. So Paul says, let a woman learn in quietness, in all subordination. But I do not concede a woman to teach and not to selfishly dominate over a man. So the context here concerns learning and teaching, which has to be considered according to the statement of Jesus here in Luke chapter 6, verse 40. Not is a learning one over above the teacher, but the one having been accordingly fitted, he be as his teacher. So we have to become accordingly fitted before we become a teacher. We can't teach what we haven't learned. Here again, Matthew 10:24, a learning one is not over above his teacher. Also, a slave is not over above his Lord. This is the same concept of what Paul is talking about. But it's sufficient for the learning one that he become as his teacher and the slave as his Lord. So it's all about having to become a learning one before a teacher. There's orders to things. So again, with that understanding, let a woman learn in quietness in all subordination as a learning one, not a teacher. See? We're here in Titus 2:3. Paul, again, is writing concerning the aged women as teachers of the ideal. So we can't say that Paul does not permit women to teach, when right here he's telling them to teach the ideal. Where while I'm at it, let me point out that the word translated learning one here is the noun mathetes. G3101. Mathetes, which most of you watching this video who are not familiar with the Devar understand as a disciple. The reason that it's translated learning one, because it's a noun, is because it's in the same word family of the verb, which one of the occurrences of the verb form is right here. Let a woman learn in quietness. Mentheno, G3129. Again, verb. Learn. So a so-called disciple is literally a learning one. This is a much better translation because the word defines what it is. A disciple doesn't define somebody necessarily who is learning, who is not above teacher yet, who has to learn before they teach. You can't teach what you haven't learned. But it suffices for the learning one that he become as his teacher.